Thousands of volts, conductive solution, and wood. Let's make some fractal art. These are Lichtenberg figures, nature's pattern captured in wood using high voltage. They look like lightning strikes or tree branches or rivers, but they're created by using thousands of volts of electricity. Today, I'm showing you my process for creating these, from the electrolyte mix to the final burn. Before we begin, a serious disclaimer. High voltage wood burning uses lethal electricity. The transformers used in this process carry thousands of volts and some a lethal current. Never touch the probes, the wire, the wood while power is applied. I'm using a grounded, isolated safety setup with a momentary switch. If you don't fully understand electrical safety, do not attempt this at home. For power supplies, there's a lot of different options. These three on the right are neon sign transformers, and they're designed to run with 100% duty cycle so they could always be on. They're internally current limited, so these are the safer option. Another option would be an oil burner ignition transformer. That's a shorter duty cycle, but that's also current limited. On the left here, this is what I would not recommend. These are microwave oven transformers. They're a lower voltage than the neon sign transformers, but a much higher current. And those things are extremely dangerous. They're lethal. If you touch the secondary when power is applied, there really are no second chances with those, so I would not recommend those. In a future video, I am going to be building a Lichtenberg power supply using a MOT, so I will do a video on that in the future using safety kill switches. But if you're just getting into this, I would recommend finding an old magnetic neon sign transformer. This one is rated for, let's see if we can find the nameplate there, 10,000 volts at 25 milliamps. This one's a little bigger. This is 15,000 volts at 30 milliamps. That's my most powerful unit. This one is older. This is rated at 12,000 volts and around 20 milliamps, I believe. You may be wondering why they're called Lichtenberg art figures. George Lichtenberg was a German physicist who lived in the 1700s, and he discovered this method while experimenting with high voltage. He'd use a dust method where the dust particles become electromagnetically charged and applying voltage, creating these patterns. Here's an example of his method. This is just a permanent ceramic magnet, and I have iron shavings on a piece of paper. You can see the iron shavings react to the magnetic field. Just replace the permanent magnet with an electric and the iron shavings with fine dust. Regarding wood species to use, every wood is kind of different. Funny enough, particle board produces some of the most beautiful, intricate patterns, but unfortunately it's particle. Nobody wants to hang particle board on their wall or have that on their table. Here's a few different examples of that's a cutting board I did, and on the very left is an amber maple slab, and that was done for a client. They wanted the family tree, so I tried creating a root system and then a tree. They want this now sanded down and a flood clear gloss epoxy put on, so I'll do a video on that coming up. This is just scrap old barnwood, weathered barnwood, and that turned out pretty good. I used a blue mica powder to fill the arc. Similarly, on this wood slab, I did the same thing, filled the arc with this blue mica powder epoxy. Almost gives it a glowing effect when light reflects off those mica particles. Here are the aforementioned particle board pieces. Here's another slab. I filled this with gold mica powder and then did a flood coat of epoxy on this one. And you can see there in the shine, it's nice and glossy and smooth. So that'd be great for like a bar top. This piece from the beginning of the video is mahogany. The key to a good burn is conductivity. I use simple baking soda and water solution. I have experimented using borax and other solutions, but I find that baking soda usually produces the best results. It's simple and cheap. So I do a ratio of 1 tablespoon to 1 cup of water. Use warm water and it will help dissolve the baking soda better. For our demonstration, I'm just using a simple tote to isolate our high voltage power supply from the plane that we're going to be on. Plastic is a great insulator and it should help isolate. I'm also going to be wearing shoes, rubber shoes. It's a small thing, but it also aids in insulating. And power will only be applied when I'm far away, and it's a momentary power activation that I'm using. So as soon as I let go, power to the transformer is killed. All right, we'll start by applying our baking soda conductive solution to the wood. Now you want to be sure not to saturate the wood, don't pool it on. And I like to have the wood kind of soak it in for a little bit. When the wood starts to discolor a little bit, you know, it's seeping into the wood fibers. And hopefully that high voltage electricity will find its path of least resistance, creating those patterns. For the conductors, be sure to get ones that are rated for the current voltage you're applying. I will link some to Amazon in the video description, some that I've had great luck with. And I'm just using a nail here to kind of stab it in the wood. And often I'll cut power and move the probes around, moving inward as the arc gets smaller. And eventually that arc will join and you can let it burn to create a deeper valley. You can see it's getting red hot in that arc. And the longer you let it go, the more wood will be charred away. So if you're going to fill this with epoxy, I'd recommend leaving the power on for a little bit. Okay, let's move this over to the other side of the board. Okay, here we are. So to clean all this char off, we'll just take it outside, and I just like to use running water and a brush. Let this piece dry in the sun. Here's a closer look. And this is just a pine board that I did this on. There was stain on it, so I wasn't quite sure how that was going to react, but it looks like it took it just fine. So now you can fill that groove with a colored epoxy like I did on these pieces. Or you can just leave it natural, which is also a cool look. And coat the whole board in a finish or epoxy or polyurethane. And you have a pretty cool display piece. So there's a little introduction to Lichtenberg figure art. If you found that interesting, subscribe. Coming up, I'll show a video how to build a microwave oven transformer power supply with much more safety protocols explained. I found this to become a real fun and rewarding hobby.